Hey gang, just wanted to connect really quick. One, thank you all for always reaching out and using the Google Meets links. Those are great ways to drill down, touch base, connect, get a pulse, making sure that you feel comfortable with an assignment or a direction of something. And I'm happy to talk through all of that. And you all have used those in that way consistently. It's obvious that we can always find a time we can hop in there. And this video that I'm making right now is a result of one of those because I want to make sure that I'm providing just a little more clarity on that institutional stakeholder or agents act. It's really you're looking at who are the stakeholders that are connected to the problem you're trying to solve. So remember, this assignment is the whole thing. You are looking at a problem. You're trying to see how you could solve that problem. You're applying a possible theory that would inform your solution or approach to the problem. Um, you have built a cycle of continuous improvement of how you intend to grab assessment data and use that data to influence the direction of making changes. You've gone through the IBM processes, through the certification with a certificate, and going through other pieces with it. You've done the annotated bibliography to use that as theory base to think through and research items to help you guide context and other pieces of it. And now you're working on that stakeholder piece, and that stakeholder piece is me really just wanting you to think about at least two um, groups that are affected by the issue that you're trying to address. So really, I just want you to think through this. So the assignment is like 2 pages on one group and 2 pages on another group. What I want to be clear is with this whole giant overall project, and I know I keep vacillating between giant project and this assignment, but they kind of interweave. You are not solving the problem this semester. You're not having to go through, collect data, interview folks, all those types of things, expend a budget, have a timeline, and then give me a report out. You're not doing that. That's daunting. That's pretty darn daunting. You are trying to propose a problem that you would solve, and in that, laying out pieces that help build the pathway of getting to that solution that you could propose to leadership. And so just remember that. So I don't need you to have gone and interviewed or done a survey and gotten results and acquired funding for a budget. I don't want you to realize that this is all us thinking through how you would do it and laying that out in your plan. So when we drill back down to this institutional agents or stakeholders activity, you don't have to have had gone and interviewed or sent out a survey and garnered results in this. What I wanted you to do with this is just think through an issue. Let's just say retention. Retention's an easy one to kind of give an example of. So, who would be your immediate, probably first thought on retention? Students. So, that's a stakeholder. Think about how not being retained affects the student and using that enterprise design thinking model to walk through that and understand how they would view the problem from their viewpoints, and with understanding of that, how that would impact you to be able to utilize that as information to make adjustments and changes and walk through a process. So, and then you would think similarly, then you just think of another. So with retention, could that be faculty? Could that be administration? Could that just be the institution as a whole? But let's just say that that's a faculty member. How could retention or lack thereof impact the faculty member? And again, think through from their perspective of how it would be impactful to them, what issues, challenges would occur due to that, and what are things that could be helpful in solving that process. So all of that should feed into giving you a little bit more context, and that is the context that you'll use in the final paper. So you're trying to show in that final paper that Here's how I plan to go through a cycle of assessment and inform things. Here's how I would use the enterprise design thinking model to approach the solution. Here are theory bases that theory and research that shows information of how I could get to a solution and context with it. Um, here here are my stakeholders I think that are impacted, and here is a budget, and here is a timeline that I think would work in solving this. So that's your whole paper in the end. So just know that. Think through that. I hope I didn't cause any more confusion by trying to add clarity to this, but I want you to clearly know you're not having to go out and interview stakeholders right now. This is you just thinking through from their perspective, trying to put you in their shoes, and think through how your problem or the issue that you're trying to solve would impact two different groups. So that is all it is. Feel free to reach back out if you've got any questions. You want to do a quick touch base over Google Meets. They continue to be very valuable for me and you all, and happy to continue to do them. So with that, be good. Bye.